All right, well, welcome everybody to Make48, Hartford, Connecticut, 2021. We're going to kick off a 48-hour Inventors Challenge. We have 8 teams competing, all of which are sitting here.
Make48 is a competition. We're bringing teams together, providing them resources to give them guidance to come up with creative solutions to problems.
There's so many pieces to it. Not only are you designing for the theme of the competition, but you have to think about the legal aspect of it, the branding of it, how you're going to pitch it, as well as the pricing of it. There's so many components.
This year's challenge theme is outdoor lifestyle.
Stick with your ideas, however crazy they seem, and the more people think that they're crazy, the more you know you're on the right path. Thank you guys again so much for believing in this and for being a part of innovation, because we got to bring the next generation along and we got to keep it here in America.
Our sponsor is Stanley Black Decker. Black Decker brand of Stanley is looking to expand its innovation in the outdoor lifestyle space. 4 categories. And the first category is the ultimate outdoor audio. Number 2, back patio entertainment. Number 3, solar home solution. Category number 4, back patio lighting. Now we're going to introduce your future great friends, but for the next 48 hours, your competition. First of 8 teams competing, Magic Make.
Our team name is Magic Make, and it's basically just it's a punny name. I have kind of like worked around makerspaces. Victoria is definitely all about the makerspaces, so Maker was really big in kind of like how we felt we wanted to introduce ourselves.
The next team's actually a family team, father and 3 sons, with the team's name, My 3 Sons.
Can you repeat the question again?
We're real good, huh?
All right, it's called My 3 Sons, and we chose that name because I'm the father, and these are my 3 sons.
Accelerator Inventors.
Well, we are the Accelerator Inventors, and we all were once members of the Connecticut Invention Convention, and we're participating on behalf of them.
Greater than or equal to 9,000 or 9K.
In the beginning, there were 4 team members, and I'm the only one left from the original team. Our team name is greater than or equal to 9,000, and it was picked by an original member of the team who wasn't able to make it to the competition today.
Pathways Panthers.
So our name is Pathways Panthers, and pretty much we found out last minute that we needed a team name. So we thought it would be best to represent our school, and that's our team name, Pathways Panthers.
Little mascot here, Hartford Hawks.
So we are the Hartford Hawks, and we go to the University of Hartford, so that's kind of where that came from.
Yeah, our mascot is the hawk.
Coast to Coast.
Our team name is Coast to Coast, and it's just because we come from all over. I'm from Chicago.
I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm from LA.
And I'm from Mozambique.
CBI Makers.
CBI is Congregation Beth Israel. We've known each other for 30 years or more, and our kids all grew up in the same environment.
The 8 teams are competing against each other, and it's cash on the line. So the top 2 teams will be able to move on to finals, but the winner will actually go ahead and get a $2,000 cash prize, which is amazing.
So as a tool tech, I'm going to be helping out any of the teams when it comes to like woodworking, epoxying, gluing.
I do some woodworking, but I also specialize in leather.
I should be able to help the teams out with all sorts of carpentry and woodworking, metalworking, welding, machining, be it metal or plastic.
Any sewing needs that they have, I'm here for them. I can also help them as an entrepreneur for marketing and branding and things like that.
My background is machining, manufacturing, and woodworking, as well as the metal fabrication tools, so some of the cutting, the shears, the brakes, the plasma torch.
Break it up.
portable projector entertainment system. So this is what we'd be trying to do right here. That's actually a pretty cool design.
I like this one. This one's
Well,
from
first of all,
Walmart.
this is $120, so that's well within our budget.
So,
Is it longer?
so listen to it. Now we'll put in the, now let's put the cylinder in and compare it. It's definitely louder at the top, I think.
I feel like with the full prototype it'll make a difference. Because I feel like our cones weren't conical enough.
But I think that's going to be true. It was hard to make the cones, but it'll be hard to make the cones in general.
Yeah.
So let's try doing just walls.
Yeah.
How about the top surface? I need traction. I don't necessarily want a glass-like surface. Well, no, if that top layer is clear,
But you could put in small particles to make it rough.
Yeah.
You could put in some like
sand.
Yeah, or
That's what I was
some glass particles or something. Yeah.
Okay.
I have so many people coming up to me now that they know what epoxy is, and so many people didn't know what it was prior to coming here. So it's really cool that, you know, we're kind of spreading the word about epoxy.
Features, requirements, use cases, dimensions.
Okay.
So features, one is cylindrical.
The other one is the steerable, oblong steerable.
Features being like it's adjustable, like
anything.
Yeah, it's adjustable.
It's got a shade. Adjustable how?
Well, that you can control how much it's turning.
We've lost the ability to touch and feel and build stuff. I think we're a society of instant gratification. So we can go and buy something, we can just go and replace something, but the idea of actually having to set your mind to a problem, a real world problem, and then go about solving that in a very fast environment, it almost makes you fail to succeed. And so I think that idea is extremely important that we sometimes maybe take for granted or just don't appreciate it.
First I was thinking like, what should we have the base be? Should it be like this, like a rectangle, a square, a circle, like a Roomba?
Because I was thinking if we have like a square, instead of having them from the sides, you have it from the bottom. That's where the water's coming from.
Nothing done, especially in 2021, is done in a vacuum or alone. We really need to push the collaborative and the creative process. That's the way we're all working, you know, moving forward, and it's the way that the best products are created.
Always do something with another person. If you're gonna put a brain onto something, put another brain on it too.
Solo creators can build amazing things, but when you get together as a group or a community and a team, things can really come to life.
So right now we're kind of in, I like to say, the calm before the storm. The ideas are coming out, teams are collaborating, they're developing, they're asking us ideas, and then pretty soon that's just gonna turn and we're gonna start building, and that's where we get to get involved as the tool techs.
I'm excited to really see what everybody comes up with, and I'm also excited for the shopping trip. We're going to Joanne, so yes, let's go. All right, y'all, we are at Joanne Fabrics and Crafts. We're about to go ahead and head in. It's gonna be a mad dash, so let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Okay, so I got my cart. I'm ready to shop.
I'm ready to explore. I'm gonna find some fabrics. We're gonna ask Whitney though, because Whitney is the pro. So we're gonna bring these and see if we can find her and see what she thinks.
Oh, this is cute.
Okay, grab me for 1 second, Whitney.
Sure, what's going on?
All right, so we're working on the backdrop.
Right.
And so we want something that kind of feels like sky. This is the #1 vote because it's a little bit darker, just because to go with a darker.
I would say either these two.
Either of these two?
Yeah. Listen, y'all go to that register with our coupon. I'm hitting you in your ankle with the cart, okay? You can get regular Velcro. It'll be better if it's stitched on. It'll be stronger if it's stitched on as opposed to stuck on. I can sew through stick on. We got heavy duty machines, okay? We're rolling, all right. All right, got my cut ticket. I'm heading to the register. We are out. Hartford, thank you so much. Love a Joanne trip wherever I am.
Feeling good? I think we got what we got.
Ready to get back to the space?
Let's do it and make some stuff, right?
Right.
We are in the GFox building. The initial building, I believe, burnt down and was rebuilt in '38. It is a fortress. It is an Art Deco building. I believe it was the largest retail building in New England when it was built. It's absolute perfection and magnificence.
This space, MakerspaceCT, I want to move in here. Like, how can I be here all the time? This needs to be my studio space 24/7.
We have a lot of people from the community in Connecticut, all around the community, coming to see what's going on, because Make48 is so important, not only for the team at Make48, but for our society as a whole.
Right now, a lot of the teams are buzzing, just trying to make sure they get hooked up with the right tool tech.
I know it's weird, but I like the pressure because it's like you have to be creative in such a short time. I think it's cool.
If we need this, we're gonna mix 4 pieces of wood together. It's gonna be wood, wood, that's how wood. we make a cube. No, I meant this one. This wall is 4 pieces because we need 2.5 inches, and this is only 0.5 inch wood. Why don't we just take a thick inch? There's 0.75, but that just costs more, and we only need 0.5 for here.
How do we figure out how to like price this? Like, how do we market it? How do we sell this? How do we make this an interesting product that, you know, everybody's gonna want to use?
$29.95 for 5.
$29.95 for 5 sounds like a deal, right?
It does.
How are you gonna get there?
We figure these will cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $2 a piece. Another $6 for the resin.
Okay.
Rocks. Another $1.50. Labor about $1.25, because you can do 1,000 of them at a time and just pour. So we're figuring costs at about something like $14. $29.95 gives us 100% markup.
Okay. So you're probably going in the right direction. You're thinking about all the individual steps and you're adding it all up and give yourself a good, healthy margin. Yep. You know, think about what not only you're going to need to make, but you're going to sell this through Home Depot or Lowe's or through an online retailer. So make sure you got plenty of extra margin to cover what they're going to need as well.
I mean, I'm thinking like, you know, like we don't want to like make this so expensive that only like rich people can achieve it or people with like specific incomes.
But we also don't want to make it that people who are turning things on the way we normally think of it can't use it.
There's a great moment in our focus group where one of the people kind of giving us feedback was like, oh, well, I don't think that what you're doing is possible. And then we said, oh, well, actually, we kind of already have it working. Would you like to see? We did it, and he's like, well, I'll be darned.
Yeah, take that approach. Let's look at the market, find a similar product that's an outdoor table, it's a similar complexity, it's the level of durability you want. Use that as a benchmark, and then think about the components that you're adding onto it. So if your, no electronics acoustic box could exist as a separate product, find out how much that costs and add it to that baseline that you have, right?
I would say the biggest challenge so far has definitely been product development as a whole. We had a few, I would say, great ideas, but over time, definitely things changed, and we kind of delve into the world of research and figured out that those weren't the most feasible ideas for this. We definitely are working against the clock, but it's been very, very challenging.
So 15?
Yeah.
So, and that's to the edge?
Yeah.
Or to the...
Well, it's 15
to the radius? So to the midpoint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our project involves a technology that none of us had any experience with. It's epoxy resins. Who knew from that? They make boats out of it. That's about all I ever knew. So of course, with the technicians helping, or we're actually taking the lead in some cases, we're learning a whole hell of a lot about it. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how that thing comes out.
I've been working on a couple of prototypes with a few of the teams. Right now I'm working on a carrying case that kind of helps the portable aspect for one of the teams. It looks like a giant wedge of cheese right now. But I wanted to run a sample of it just to make sure my sewing pattern is right.
So as you're putting this together right now, do you think you can get these metal flanges to where they're not sticking together so the user can quickly pull it out with one motion?
And that is the full intent of it, is basically be able to just put it apart and come it together. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Of course, we just got it back from being cleaned up, so we're still getting it back together the way it should go.
All right, so I do a lot of leather working, and one of the most important tools, I think, in my arsenal is the rotary cutter. And I've never used the Alpha one before, and I thought, let's give it a shot on camera and see what we think. So locks in place. Oh my gosh, like butter. I like it. This thing is a game changer.
Do we have a name for this thing?
I've been calling it the lawn saver.
Lawn saver.
We probably need to workshop that. Sometimes it's okay to ditch the CAD and precision measurement and just get a concept out as fast as possible.
Yeah, even though we have like a lot of different, I feel like, innovative ideas that we can incorporate, just getting that kind of initial base prototype, having something to display that actually shows proof of concept is very important.
All right, we are in the home stretch. We are 1 hour left in the competition, and the teams are just finalizing everything.
So we've been using a lot of Total Boat products, either for doing our adhesives. We've been using their 2-in-1 adhesive, as well as a couple of the different colored epoxies that we're doing. I'm gonna actually be using the Halcyon in just a little bit to clear coat and seal our wood planters, as well as I figured why not experiment, and we're gonna throw a little bit of clear coat on these signs to just see how well the colors pop.
So one of the things I worked on while I was here, I worked with MakerPipe, which is one of the sponsors, and they make connectors for conduit. So one of the things we wanted to do was create a kind of a sky background to, again, go along with that outdoor theme. So we created a structure out of conduit with the MakerPipe connectors, and right now we are just finishing up sewing the sky panels that will be the backdrop for the stage.
I've seen a lot of, honestly, really interesting products that solve really big problems for outdoor lifestyle. And so I'm interested to see like what's, gonna hit the stage, because I'm like, I could maybe use that in my backyard or on my porch.
3, 2, 1.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. You guys had 48 hours to make this happen, and you did. So I'm going to introduce our judges, which are sitting up here. We've got Armin Rad, followed by Chris Allen.
So we have a lot of age differences, different demographics of folks in the room. I would love to see how they're going to interact with us and pull me in and kind of engage me rather than just speak to me.
Chris Woolley.
We're excited about the challenge. It was specifically focused around some Black Decker initiatives that we've got going on, specifically in that outdoor space. So really excited to see how we take Black Decker from a DIY tools brand to a lifestyle brand.
And Matt Plasiak.
I'm excited to be a judge in this Make48 competition because as a member of our outdoor products group with Stanley Black Decker, we are looking to find new innovative products in the outdoor space.
You can actually take a deep breath and relax. All the hard stuff is done, except for the presenting. But everybody give a big welcome to Accelerator Inventors. They're up.
How do we make immersive sound something that is an option instead of an obligation?
You can hear this song outside, really pretty loud outside the table. You put your phone inside the table, and it's gotten much quieter, and all the sound is redirected to the people sitting at the table. So it's loud for those sitting at it, but for you guys who are outside of the table or outside of this area, it's much quieter and it's muffled.
And we are very proud to present Eclipse 360, the interior shade that with the flick of a wrist, you can direct light where you want it and make sure it's not where you don't.
And effectively what we wanted to prove was that directional lighting
just by turning the top of the light was actually possible, and we could create a warm, comforting space without disturbing your neighbors or animals and maintaining some semblance of control over the light that you are using.
Maybe can you elaborate more on the benefits of having the light being all open and versus maybe just a one-directional light and having the opportunity to then shield and direct that?
As a teacher and as a mother and someone who has experienced the negative impact of lights, overhead lights can exacerbate migraines. Brighter lights are difficult for people with sensitivities to handle. And so I think this creates a comforting type of light.
So we've come up with Coast, a self-automated sprinkler system / robot that would go throughout your lawns and deliver enough water to your grass and when it needs it.
The product we designed in the past 48 hours is a portable fire pit called the Zip Pit that can collapse into the size of a standard over-the-shoulder bag for easy transportation to your entertainment destination. The fire pit is designed for minimal storage footprint of 1 by 1 by 2 foot. Estimated material cost of $55 for the product, with an estimated retail cost of $179.99.
Our product for you today is called the Toasty Table. So Toasty Table is an outdoor entertainment table with heated surfaces, charging capabilities, storage, and LED lighting.
And we're proud to present to you today the Lawn Saber, the ultimate in patio lighting.
The Lawn Saber illuminates your patio from top all the way to the bottom. You can see a friend or family member's face, as well as when you're walking around. The Lawn Saber also has customizable lighting settings, so you can set the mood from a party to a wine tasting. No matter the occasion, the lightsaber would be the light of the party.
Mosquitoes are more than just annoying pests. They're vectors for dangerous, deadly diseases. So this is an opportunity to protect your family with the integrated ultrasonic mister that's built into the top of the unit here.
The Lawn Saber is elegant lighting for a more civilized patio.
So our product is Rollin'. There was a projector and a speaker. This projector is not only for movies, even though we advertised it like that, you can connect literally anything. For example, if somebody who's 18 years old maybe wants to play video games on it and they could connect a Switch. So it can project literally anything, so it's just entertainment for everyone.
Our prototype illustrates our concept of a self-contained, sealed, solar-powered garden paver.
I simply would put my foot right on the light, and I can see where it's going.
So you see, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the future of Star Stone solar-powered garden pavers, the sky's the limit. I have seen the future of this product, and it is exceedingly bright and very Black & Decker. Thank you.
I'm going to be judging on branding, innovation, and the product that really catches my eye. If I can see that product and understand what's going on, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they pitch the rest of the idea.
Primarily for me, I think about how marketable an idea is. So considerations like distribution, profitability, how big is the market appeal? Is it a niche market or a mass market?
I'm looking for things that make the product actually viable and something that you can actually bring to market. Something that resonates with me personally that I think I would use or my family members may use, and something that I think is complete, right? Total package. They've thought it through clearly and haven't left any major gotchas out.
I love the fact that this thing is flat pack capability. We can ship this on e-com really easy.
Easiness of, flattening it and, making like the whole thing in like less than pretty much 30 seconds. I liked it very much.
I really like the innovation here. I mean, the fact that, you could see this definitely in like wedding events and different parties, and being able to kind of directionalize that light in different ways and highlight different aspects of the party or the different scenes would be really cool. And the mood lighting.
So the outdoor lighting market is so big that this is just a no-brainer fit for porch and patio for us in the outdoor space. Now, what I love about this is the multifunction capability of it. So they talked about the diffuser and the bug repellent space we've been looking at, but lighting again, we talked about how applicable that is in the outdoor space today.
Yeah, you could also do a lot with LEDs, right? Like, in different pulsing, different type of etching on this glass could really enhance and add to that design in a number of different ways. I kind of like the Black & Decker blender as the base. That's pretty cool and creative.
I think it's that time now. Before we actually grab these envelopes, look at this thing. This airplane is hand-stitched leather. Obviously one of a kind on planet Earth, totally unique, very, very cool. And one of you teams is going to have this here in just a minute.
So the runner-up for the Hartford, Connecticut 2021 Make48 is My Three Sons. And the winner of the Hartford, Connecticut 2021 competition is Magic Make.
That's the end of 48 hours of this stuff. All right. Great job, guys. God bless. Travel safe on your way home.